Hey pumpkins, welcome back to the Seasonal Storm. My name is Jess, and today, while I have a little bit of a haul for you, the greater focus is on transitional decor. Now, for those of you who don't know what that means, we're going to explain what transitional decor is and how to achieve it using pieces that you can reuse throughout the season. So first up, what is transitional decor? Transitional decor are pieces that take you from one season into another without completely changing everything. So generally they're things like if your main color for fall is orange, having your primary pillows be orange. Or if your home decor is traditionally neutrals, how to incorporate pieces that can take you as a neutral through fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving, or even Thanksgiving to Christmas. So with that in mind, I'm going to show you first some of the things I have picked up lately that I'm going to use as transitional decor. And then I also want to show you some arrangements I have made that I will try to be incorporating some new pieces into as the season changes for a pop, but are generally going to be my main centerpiece pieces for the next 3 decor seasons for me. So let's get started with what I've got. So in my last haul video, I'd only gotten one item so far from Hobby Lobby, and I saw this one in my Hobby Lobby shop with me. I have been thinking about it pretty much every single day since, and while this may surprise you all, I purchased this. Now, this was 40% off, but on August 22nd, I believe Hobby Lobby goes 50% off on their fall. It is just this black and white line drawing style of a turkey. It was originally $16.99. I think I got it for right around $10, which for me is in budget. And you might be going, well, this feels very Thanksgiving. Here's the thing. Fall is hunting season in my world. And I have quite the collection of DU paintings from my grandfather. And I am, I don't want to say a collector of taxidermy, but I do have a few pieces. And because of that, because of a love for the outdoors and hunting, this turkey will actually be a transitional piece for me. So while this turkey will be up for, Thanksgiving, where I'm doing more of neutrals and blues and whites, I also will keep it up through Halloween because it matches with my black and white theme for Halloween. And I'll be keeping it up because my fall decor, which begins in September, is the beginning of hunting season here. And this guy will fit in just fine. So I'm gonna get 3 seasons of use in 1 year out of this. And if any of the other people in my life had their say, I'm sure this will find a permanent home somewhere in this house year round. So this for me is my first transitional piece for fall, Halloween, and Thanksgiving. Now, my next grouping of pieces, we'll start with the one behind me. So I love doing fall florals and fall foliage, and these picks came from the Dollar Tree. All of the next grouping of pieces came from the Dollar Tree. As you can see, this is actually a very large and very long pick. For $1.25, they are silver dollar leaves, and they come in this green and brown, which is very much, when you think of the trees changing color, leaving summer, headed into fall, this is kind of the color scheme that hits. Next up is this yellow and orange type piece, which again, some places will get all the way to the orange colors. Some places they just go straight from green to the browns and the neutrals. Now, I got a few stems of these, and I've already started playing with them. But let me just say, for leaving summer, having just a little touch of brown this August into September, I like my floral decor to kind of reflect the natural environment around me. And that changes depending on where I live and things like that. And here, this very much matches what's going on outside right now. But let me show you, you have pieces like this. You enter from September into Halloween time, and you can kind of layer and intermingle these pieces. And it really changes the dimension of the piece. Or you can be like me and use all 3, which I'm going to show you an arrangement I've already made this season. Now this jug I already had, but I think this originally came from Target. It did. This is a threshold jug. And I have one of my little Hobby Lobby pumpkins that I featured in my last haul. I just have some grasses and wheat picks from Dollar Tree. And then I have all 3 colors of those picks. So you can see we've got our browns and greens, our oranges, and this lighter color. And I have them mixed right now. One, this is a big impact statement in kind of a nice confined area. So this is great for a tabletop or great for a shelf. But to me, this can last from August all the way through November because you incorporate so many of the traditional fall colors, but you still have elements of these color palettes that really mesh with the different seasonal tones you might get. And if that means that you just switch out your pumpkin as the season goes on with a different pumpkin that you think reflects, so here's a little pumpkin stack I made a few years ago. And maybe this to you screams more Thanksgiving, or you pick something with brighter oranges or blacks or a little jack-o'-lantern, and that's how you dress it up. Oh, a little cute ghost popping up would be so cute for Halloween. So that's just an example of how you can take one arrangement and changing out really minor things can completely change the vibe. Now the next transitional decor piece that I like to keep on hand that I get at the Dollar Tree. Now I've already gotten some really bright garland this year, and I've shown this in a previous haul video, but I love the 2 versions of this. Now Dollar Tree makes a lot of garland, but this particular one is my favorite. I think they make this in a maple and an oak, and the oak would be more accurate with the acorns, but this is their maple garland. And it's got these fun multicolored leaves. You'll have some hints of reds, but you mostly, in this strand, you mostly have the greens and the yellows and the browns, which to me is a great transitional color, but also it really matches the environment I'm in as we head through the fall seasons. But they also make that same garland with a little bit more of the pops of reds and even some burgundies. Now, I plan to use these on the deer heads downstairs. There are 4 of them going across. Taxidermy isn't for everyone. I personally really enjoy it. But I plan to alternate having like a green, red, all the way across. So we get some of those fun, rich fall colors. But because red doesn't really go with my decor, it's not overwhelming by any means. Now, these are only 5 feet. The ones that I got off of Shein, I think were 6.5 feet each. These are a little bit shorter and they are very sparse. So these are also great if you're wanting to get the most bang for your buck. Take some mesh. I have some videos from previous years where I make some really big garlands with the Dollar Tree mesh and ribbon with these, where your leaves operate more as an accent. But I love doing garlands with these because I can change out that mesh or the ribbon depending on what point of the season I'm in. And you take your 2 garlands, so this one has a lot more pop of color to it, still in that maple leaf family. And you can just co-mingle the 2. And I don't like super thick garlands when I'm hanging them from places or adding little pops, but you can see how that alone adds so much more to it. And if I were to go wrap it around a deer head, this would be a really cute little wreath around the neck of the deer or going across the antlers. So I'm gonna show you that real quick. Okay, so this is not the main deer that I'll be doing this with, but my other ones I have to get on a ladder for, and deer is right above my desk area in my office, so I can actually reach him. And this is already kind of witchy vibes up here just because I'm drying some flowers as well. So ignore that. I don't want to mess with them right now. But to do around this base area at the shoulder of the mount, I like to take my garland, kind of loop it over the top and try to tuck the wire behind the shoulder as much as possible. So that way, the focus on what is out are just these subtle little few leaves and that acorn. Now, if you're like me and you like to be extra, I also love doing their antlers. And let me just tell y'all, if you're ever nervous about using the Dollar Tree garland because things come off of it, you can always hot glue them back in, or you just push them back in like so. But these, I like to take the ring side of the garland and put that through the top of the antler. And it takes just a little bit of finagling to get it all into place. So fun fact about this deer, don't think my dad's dad, may have been my dad's dad, he collected deer in 1952. So this deer has been mounted my dad's entire life and my entire life. And he has traveled now across the country with me. So here's what it looks like from the front. Just a little bit of subtle fall touch to the front of this deer. So next up on my transitional pieces for fall are my pumpkins. And I've already gotten quite a few pumpkins, but these ones are new to me. I don't know if Dollar Tree had them last year, but let me just say I am astounded at the quality. So they have the same stem as the normal Dollar Tree foam pumpkins, but these are this fun faux leather. Now I got the traditional fall pumpkin color, kind of this terracotta, but I also got this brown because I don't have any brown pumpkins. And while to me, the orange pumpkin kind of ends in October and I want to switch to a more neutral for Thanksgiving, this brown will stay out the entire season long. And I love, in addition, because fake pumpkins sometimes are your only option in certain climates and places, but I love having different textures and types of those faux pumpkins. And this brown one, from the second I saw it, just called my name. So I got the orange to transition from fall into Halloween and stay out through Halloween. This brown I will have fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving, all the way through. So I loved both of these. Now my office, I'm decorating in a very different theme than my house. My house is a lot more traditional. My office colors are kind of a mustard yellow and turquoise, and I want to keep that going all the way from fall through Halloween. So for my office, I got this fun little plush. This was $3. This was one of the Dollar Tree Plus pumpkins. But plush, fun, cute gold stem, kind of matches the mustard color in my office, which I really liked. But I also got this fall blessing sign, which again has the white pumpkins, little bit of orange detail, mostly this turquoise and sage green. But here's the thing, I talk about liking decor that will go a long way. Well, my office is going to be fall and Halloween in this color scheme. My house is going to use more of these color schemes during Thanksgiving. Well, we are not in business or in office in our business the last 2 weeks of December. So I fully plan to decorate my office for Christmas right after Halloween, which means all of this type of decor and this color scheme will be coming home and switching over for Thanksgiving. So that is my justification on how I can get the most bang for my buck in those transitions and those types of colors and shades. So we've gone through my haul finds, we have seen some ideas, but let's get into some of the transitional decor arrangements I have pre-made that are going to work for all three in my world, fall, Halloween, and Thanksgiving for this year. And starting with probably the most late summer, early fall transitional one. Now this one, as you can see, really simple materials. I have some old corks that I got at like a garage sale, thrift sale type situation. Big bags, these you can always find really cheap. A mason jar, which we all have laying around. And these are $3 Dollar Tree picks, which are currently $1.25 tree picks. So that means I have, what, $3.75 in materials into this essentially. So I have one of the fall autumn grass picks with the feathers. I have these fun little, and I show all these in my last haul. I have these little orange flower and berries, and then these apple picks. And I can show you really quickly kind of how I do arrangements like this. As you can see, I have them all bunched together here at the bottom, but I take the original skinny picks, I pull all the branches. As you can see, I pull all the branches out. I lay them over each other with all their branches splayed, and then I grab them again and kind of scoop them in the middle, and that's how we end up with these little bouquet type arrangements. Now this one to me, because of the apples, really screams back to school. It has lots of green still in it, so it's not overly fall colors, but the orange is beginning that transition, and as we know, apples are a big fall theme as well. Now this to me, if you wanted to pop in some more traditional fall foliage, you can absolutely swap out your green grass for that, or your apple with the green foliage for maybe a pick with a pumpkin on it. That's an easy swap. For Thanksgiving, if you want to go more the cold route like I will, you can take, I would leave the grass, quite frankly, because the grasses are big where I live, and I would maybe just add some more feathers. So leaving the berries and the grass, take out the apple, add more feathers. But for a lot of people, this would be great for Thanksgiving as is. Now another arrangement florally that I've done, this amber glass came from a Goodwill last year for I think like 99 cents, and amber glass is always a huge trend for fall. So, I mean, it's just such a fall traditional color. Again, this arrangement, well, it definitely fills this in. I would probably put some pebbles down in here or something, but this is just 3 picks. Now these ones I laid flat and splayed out. So you had leaf, cattail, leaf, cattail. I took this same orange and red berries pick and flattened it like a fan. And then I laid this cotton pick on top of it. And then kind of like braiding, I took one little tiny branch and like would wrap it around where this cotton is to kind of anchor it all in place. But it holds the fan shape of this arrangement. So this is great against a flat surface like a wall. And again, very subtle pops of fall colors. The white and the browns and the cotton brings in a more neutral. Overall, you get a big harvest theme. And if you live with somebody who maybe they don't love all the glitter and all the bright poppy colors, this is very delicate and gentle. And the cattails add a really interesting natural element as well. Now, this one may be a little more niche. I know dough bowls have been a huge trend for the last few years. I think they are great for holding decor. Let's say you want a big centerpiece on a table, but you're having a dinner party. Nothing's worse than having to scoop up all your decor, throw it off the table, and put food down. Or let's say you have a coffee table, but sometimes you want to kick your feet up on it and watch a movie, and you don't want to have to be pushing decor everywhere. Get yourself a dough bowl. So, this is one of mine. I believe this one is a Home Goods find from last year. And it is a good hefty wood dough bowl. Now in this dough bowl, I have lots of fall elements, but if you saw this sitting somewhere, this is not overwhelmingly bright colors of fall. So I have this wildflower pick from Dollar Tree. I have a shed antler. These fall naturally off of deer every winter, so don't panic. No animals were harmed in the making of this. I have a Dollar Tree $3 pumpkin. I have a little tiny pumpkin from a bag of little tiny pumpkins. I have a little stack of pumpkins that I made in years previous. I think I have a video making those still in my playlist. I have another pumpkin. It's one of those Dollar Tree velvet pumpkins that I added some ribbon to from a year previous. And I have a vintage set of spurs. And overall, this is so cute. Now, if I were to transition this for fall, I'm simply going to plop out my more autumnal pumpkin. And if I can reach, I'm going to plop in a more Halloween option pumpkin. And you know what? I actually have the perfect replacement. This is giving a lot more of kind of Halloween vibe and feel by just switching out 2 pumpkins. For pumpkins you might be using somewhere else in your fall decor. The black one I personally won't be, but I have it for Halloween. And if you had like a little jack-o'-lantern or maybe like a little crow, it'd be really cute to nestle the crow you know, onto one side and do your jack-o'-lantern. So again, and if you have people over, you just pick up the whole display and move it, and it maintains its integrity. Now, my final hack for transitional type decor, we do not all have the storage to have 90 million throw pillows for every season and every color scheme. So pillow covers have become my best friend over the last few years. Now, I just showed a bunch that I've gotten from Shein that I've since washed, and they feel great, smell wonderful. Not like they've been in a shipping container, but I like to use these. So if I want to use this one for fall and then switch to something else for Halloween and then back to this for Thanksgiving, I totally can. And it's a lot easier than just having a bunch of different pillows. But a bigger hack that I need to show you all is, while stores are clearancing summer, if you see these chair cushions, now normally for a pillow insert you want to pick something that's a neutral or preferably white, but in my world I seem to not own white pillows. But if you can get one of these, right now I'm seeing them clearance for like $1 to $3 all over the place. Let me show you. This is the perfect size to go inside of your pillow cover, right? Way cheaper than you can even order on Amazon, or an insert on Amazon. Now, I personally just put my throw pillow covers over pillows I already have, but I realized what a great hack this is, especially if you're a girl like me who likes having a ton of pillows and you just do not have the room to store them, or you like having a ton of pillows but maybe you're not always using them to cuddle up on or sleep on the couch when you fall asleep watching a movie or a show like I inevitably do every single night. So I'm gonna put my pillow over my chair cover, and it, y'all, when I tell you it fits perfect, I am not kidding. That is perfect. Now the chair cushion, like I said, these ones I did not have from a clearance sale. These previously existed, but I saw them and I had the idea the other day. I'm seeing these for like $1 to $3. So let's go $3. And then this pillow cover was $1.99 on Shein. Less than $5, you cannot buy a throw pillow that cheap. And you have not just a cute throw pillow, a big throw pillow. And then when you're ready, just imagine we swapped out the cover on that one. Next season, ready to go. Okay, folks, well, that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. If you liked this video, feel free to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time, probably with a painting DIY. See you soon.